Okay. So sorry about that. Okay, I'll jump over to yesterday. We introduced the program and Cheska Global Solutions and the Women Power Up Network. Cheska Global Solutions is collaborating with Women Power Up Network to do this bootcamp. I'll jump into introducing our keynote speaker because I know she's a busy woman. She couldn't come yesterday because she was very busy. So I'm very happy and excited that she's with us today. I'll introduce her so she could, and I'll pass on to her. Her name is Professor Hannah Siddiq. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Hannah. Yeah, I just call her Professor Hannah. She's a Thinkers Top 50 Global Thought Leader and Influencer. She's Chair Agile in Education Global Virtual Conference. She's a founder, AIE USA, President, Bonnie Saka. She's a Scrum Inc., Scrum Trainer, Edu Scrum Trainer and Research Coordinator. She is Edu Scrum Bangladesh representative, a USA representative, graduates faculty USA. She's the lead North America regions women. She's a member. She's also a member of Women Power Up Network. Former EBN director and co-creator of AIE, Boston University Agile Innovation Lab. And her topic, she's a keynote speaker for this bootcamp, and she's going to be speaking on Agile and innovation. Please welcome with me, Professor Hannah Siddiq. Please correct me if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, Professor Hannah. Okay.
It's Siddiqui. It's Hannah Siddiqui. So.
Siddiqui. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Over to you, Hannah. Please, you have the floor.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ms.
You're
Franca.
welcome. Yes. I'm so excited to meet you. Yes.
Thank you. I think we met at the Women Power Up Network event last month.
Exactly.
That's where we met first.
Yes. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
I'm very excited to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome.
Yesterday was a confusion, actually. I had you in my schedule, but at the wrong time.
Yeah, no, the time difference. Yeah, the time difference. Yes. Well, we're glad you're here with us today.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome.
I would like to have an interactive discussion if possible.
Okay.
So yes, I think it would be more fruitful if we could have a discussion rather than me talking and again. Okay. So that's how I actually do deliver keynotes. I rarely use PowerPoint slides. I do have few. If I have few slides on my data, if I need to share it, I'll share it. Okay. If anyone has questions and stuff. But what I would like to have with you today, what I actually have planned is to have an interactive discussion. Right? Such a interesting topic. Very popular topic, hot topic is Agile, right? So before I start talking about Agile to you, I first wanted to welcome the audience. I know it's in the it's afternoon in where you are. I see Nigeria, Zambia,
Yeah.
and it's afternoon, but it's morning here.
Yeah.
So good afternoon. Those of you who joined, thank you. But if I could have a interactive discussion, that would be good. And the way we can have the interactive discussion is by, I guess, I have a few questions that I would like to ask, right? And I will tell you what my response is to those questions, and I would like to ask you and know more about what you think of the questions that I have. So the very first question I have for you, very simple question, right, is why? Why am I here? Very simple question. So I am a purpose-oriented person, and also I follow Simon Sinek. Those of you know who that is. If you don't know who that is, you can Google him. He's an influencer and a great personality. So he wrote a book on that topic is start with why, right? The journey, choose your journey, start with why. So I'm big on why. I'm a purpose-oriented person. So I'd like to share with you why I am here. And I would also like to share a story, a background story on my journey, right, towards using and adopting and implementing Agile. And so first and foremost, I'm here today to share my story with you so you can try Agile yourself, okay? And secondly, I would like to know why you are here. Why do you want to learn about Agile, and what do you want to learn about Agile? You can use the chat, you can use the microphone, and if you could, answer this question. What do you want to learn about Agile, and why do you want to learn about Agile? Anybody? What is Agile? Well, while we are thinking, I can share my childhood, a childhood memory. It's a memory. It's a very early childhood memory with my father. So I was about 8 or 9 years old. I came to my dad and asked for this toy, right? Dad, can I have this toy? And so my dad asked me, why? Why do you want this toy? So I told him, oh, my friend has it. That's why, because my friend has it. So he looks at me, smiles, and says, try again. And so I got a little puzzled because he never asked me that before. I didn't know what he wanted me to say. I thought about it for a moment, and then what I did was I started listing, oh, Dad, I know. So then I started listing, right? Oh, this toy has this cool feature. This toy has that cool features. And I started listing the features. And then I told my dad that, I really like this toy, and so I want it. And so he looked at me again with a bigger smile and said, that's better. So that story resonated with me. And my journey to using Agile actually began with a struggle. Okay. I'll be sharing that with you. It's actually a case study. So I'll be sharing a part of that case study with you today. But it's anybody in the audience who would like to share why you want to know about Agile, what, or if you have a story also, you could share. You could use the chat, right? Or what you want to learn about Agile, specific, anything that you want to learn. I teach Agile. I'm actually a graduate program developer. So I developed a course called Agile and Project Management. So we teach it at graduate and postgraduate level. I'm also a Scrum trainer at Scrum Inc. I teach Scrum courses. And when I teach Scrum courses, we do go over the principles the concepts, fundamentals of Agile as well. So I feel free. We can chat about it if you have questions. If not, then I can go ahead and talk to you about my case study. We have a quiet audience today, Franca.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody says a part of project management, learning Agile gives me more career opportunities in IT tech. Yep.
I see. Oh, thank you. And that's from Pope. Okay.
From Pope. Yes.
Yeah. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
Yeah, Pope. Yeah, Pope.
Okay,
is that Fogbe? How do you pronounce your name?
Okay, or Pope?
Fogbe, yes.
Okay, okay.
Fogbe, yes.
All right, great, Pope. Thank you so much. Yeah. More. I know that it's such a popular concept, and I know Franca's organization and her network mostly project managers. Am I right or wrong?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. So, I mean, I'm going to get into that topic, Agile. What is Agile? But before I do, I want to share with you how I began actually implementing Agile using Agile. So I personally learned about Agile when I was a grad student. Okay, I studied project management at Boston University. I studied Agile. So I have studied Agile academically. I had to do thorough research on it, produce work, implement it. And so I kind of started implementing Agile at the same time while I was learning it. So very Agile way I learned Agile. So I am an academic. I have more than 10 years of teaching experience, teaching, training, coaching, consulting experience. And so at the time I was teaching while I was in grad school. And so, and this was a new program actually. This was a new graduate program, concentration courses that was introduced, developed. And I was part of the curriculum development team as well. And so in that semester, it was the first time we launched those courses. And these courses are business analytics courses. So to MBA majors, business analytic courses to MBA majors. So obviously we had very little information data on how the program is going to do, it's to be accepted. Both by the faculty who are teaching it and the students. So it was the very first time we launched it, and I started teaching those courses. So it was winter 2019. Winter 2019, I started this program with the very first course, which is data mining. Data mining to a folks. A group of students who had zero background IT, zero background in data processing or any sorts of, topics, IT topics like that. I do have an IT background, by the way. So, we did prepare the curriculum that is, suited for the for the student group. However, when I started teaching these courses, right, I prepared myself as, best as possible, using this traditional approach, right? Coming to class, I'm the sage on the stage. I am explaining everything dot to dot, and holding long lectures and all. And I did have very, engaged sessions. It's not that I did not have my students engaged. They had a lot of question, curiosity, very good. And so as usual, we have sections broken into activities and lecture session discussions, different things. We do 3 hours, lecture, these 3 hour session graduate courses, 700 level graduate courses. So, right, when it was time to work on activities, which are problems taken from real world. So it's this experiential learning that we use. And so the problems that the students were supposed to be working on were real world problems taken from real world case studies. And so case problems and studies. What happened, the students were not able to complete work. I mean, a majority could not even start, did not have a clue, how to start, how to begin on those mini projects. I call them projects. And a small percentage were able to go ahead and get started, but not able to finish. So I had that, the students' performance at that level, we call that engagement as well, is poor, very poor and concerning. And that was happening for week 1, week 2, week 3. We met once a week. And so I thought, week 1, week 2, it's going to be better. No, it didn't get better. Week 3, it didn't get better. 1 or 2 activities were good. Majority of them were not good. So I was concerned. I was deeply concerned. Okay. Because as I said, I see my students are extremely enthusiastic. They want to learn, right? I'm here trying my best, prepared, to help and support my students, but it wasn't happening. So I started researching. I started going back, exploring the reasons why, right? Why was it that, my students are struggling? But I knew that I had to do something. I had to do something to help my student, to support my student. So as I said, I'm already familiar with the Agile, right? Scrum. I was using Scrum at that moment. And so as I was exploring the problem, right? The why, and why, right? Okay, so this is what I was thinking. This is exactly how my thought processes were. My students are struggling. This is a new program. These students do not have IT background. These students do not have the mathematical proficiency that at that level, at that moment, did not have, although it is college algebra, but this is like highest level of college algebra we had to incorporate. And so these are complex projects taken from the real world. What better way you can take on complex project than Agile, right? So right, just like that, I thought of Agile. Just like that, I thought of Scrum. I came to class the following day and I wrote Scrum on the board, big letters, Scrum, right? And I told my students, guys, let's do Scrum. Without explaining much what that is, I welcomed my students in the middle of the classroom and I did a daily Scrum stand-up meeting. Those of you know what that is. Those of you who are in IT most probably know. And right after that, about 10-15 minutes meeting, when my students were going back to their workstation, you should have seen the boost in their energy level right after that daily Scrum. And that very first day we used Scrum in the classroom. Everyone in class finished work, not on time, but before that time. And their happy faces, I still remember those happy faces, right? Accomplishment, that feeling of accomplishment. And from then on, I've never gone back to traditional teaching approach. Till today, I use Agile and I use Scrum. So that's the story behind how I started implementing and beginning to use Agile and Scrum. We have been using it at our organization, nonprofit. I've used it with, of course, other different types of organization in different industry. Just name it. It's not only IT, not only nonprofit, not only government. I'm using it in education, but name it. It can be used in any industry, any project, any team. So that's a background story, but I do see some comments. I would like to read those.
Okay, you would like me to read them out, or should I read them out? Oh,
sure.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Fakwe says, okay, he's, okay, sorry, who is an Eastlux Ventures? Could you put your name? Could you change it to your name so we'll meet you? He says it's a project, I don't know if it's a lady or a guy. He says, I'm a project manager. I use Agile in implementing programs and projects. I would like to learn more on Agile. Okay, and Margaret says, I have done PMP, that's project management. However, Agile keeps popping up. I would like to know and understand the history of this Agile so I can understand its manifesto.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's Margaret. That's Margaret. Thank you for that question. That's a research question.
Yes.
That's a big, huge research question.
Manifesto. Actually, I'm a professional Scrum Master myself.
Oh, you are?
Yes,
Awesome.
I am. Yeah.
Great.
Yes. And Fokpe says, is there a prerequisite to Agile? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. Good. Great questions. Great comments. Great questions. So we're actually still on the question, what is Agile, right? And so before I tell you what Agile is, I want to tell you what Agile is not. Okay. Agile is not a methodology. Agile is not project management. Agile is certainly not a framework. Agile is a mindset.
I was going to put that down. Yeah. Okay.
Agile is a mindset. So those who are referring to Agile and project management, I know why, because the latest edition, PMBOK, right, is actually 50% Agile, and it is 100% aligned with Agile principles, values, and stuff. Right? So that's because maybe that's why you see Agile keeps popping up in the conversation and in the practices and the values, because that's what it is. It's this, PMP, 50% questions are from Agile, right? So that's where the importance and the emphasis is currently, but honestly, it should be fully Agile, because you can't really mix the two, right? Bear with me. Let me explain you why. Because PM, project management, it is there's a predictive approach, right? And Agile is not. Agile is adaptive. So those are the two, different, two different worlds, two different approaches and two different methods, you can say. So that's why I want to say that it's better if we do not mix the two. But then why Agile, right? Why PMBOK, PMI, PMP all mention Agile so much. And there's as much references as I have, case studies and journals and academic research and data that I have. What I want to say is that take a look at the recent event, the recent world's one of the worst and scariest, crisis that we've just gone through. We're still passing through it, which is COVID-19, right? COVID-19 for us was a gift in this perspective. It opened our eyes, right? What we are doing versus what we should be doing, okay? So we live in a world that is unpredictable, rapidly changing. It is it's uncertainty is the, only certainty if we describe our world and world of work. So if you do not have a system implanted, right, that can tackle changes, rapidly changing environment world, then the result is again, I'm going to refer back to data and results and facts. You can see what happened. Companies and teams and organizations, they could not keep up, right? With the recent crisis, they went out of business and they're still struggling to come back. Versus there are few organizations that are exemplary, right? Exemplary, and they are agile, and they're not only in business, but they've actually done better. So that's what I wanted to share about that. And I see another question. Is there a prerequisite to Agile? No. I actually believe that everyone is Agile, right? It's like, I'm going to refer back to one of my gurus here. She says that it's a Rashida, that she says it's like a spectrum, right? Agile is like a spectrum. So you're either, wherever you are, it's however way you can adapt and stick to the values and the principles, that's where you are. But everybody is actually somewhat agile, more or less agile. Children are most agile, right? There's so much curiosity, right? They want to learn new things, learn and adapt, learn. They don't get tired, right? They learn one thing and then they are, more curious. But that's my respond, that everybody is agile. It's a lifestyle. I agree with that. Franca says it's a lifestyle. Yes, it's a way of life. Yeah. So referring to the data performance, right? I want to go back to my case study again. And I actually want to see if I can show you some the data that I have here. I'm just going to show one slide here. I really want to have a interactive conversation rather than going through the. So this is actually the data that I have from the program that I was referring to. So winter 19, I used the traditional approach. That I started using Scrum spring 19, and then I used Agile Scrum, which is another framework, in fall 19. And so with the traditional approach, my average student engagement in the classroom was only 61%. As I mentioned, why I was extremely concerned. When I used Scrum in the classroom, spring 19, the student engagement rates went up to 93%, which is a 32% increase. Okay, and then when in the fall, the engagement rates went up 94%. But this is the data from winter 2020. Okay, and this is the distribution of grades. Again, 3 courses in that semester, and this was when we were in the pandemic. This is when the pandemic hit, and we were instructed to, teach 100% online within we were given like a week and a half, time period. And so, while the entire school, the academy was, given 10 days to learn and adapt quickly, all the features. We use a LMS called Blackboard, and trying to learn the features and use it with the students. All I had to do was send a few emails to my students that, hey guys, we're going to be online. And that was it. And I was helping my colleagues, learn the features and the LMS and how to teach and collaborate online. So, and that is because my students already knew. My students already knew how to collaborate, not only when we are in person in class, but when they are at home working on their homework or projects. I call them projects, away from campus, at home. So we had the tools, not only LMS, but we use other tools, collaboration tools. We use, my students use them. So for us, it was a smooth transition, no struggle at all. And this is the data. We actually had a 4% increase in student engagement, and we also had a 3% increase in student retention. And this is a very rare piece of data. It has not been published yet that you guys are seeing from my case study, and also during the COVID-19 period. Given the data, given the situations, the struggles, especially where I am, New York City, public schools suffered the students. It's heartbreaking. So, and as I said, there are a number of case studies and scenarios, who are already agile, how they not only did not struggle, but did actually better during COVID. So that's all I wanted to share. Again, question, comments, anything we can talk about. These are great comments, great questions. Keep them coming. No question. Okay. This is all I actually wanted to share with you.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I was going to type it in, but I could say it. Okay, with Agile, I know you can break the big chunks into small chunks. You mentioned when you have like you have a lot of work to do. Yeah, you can break it down into small chunks to do it. Comes out easier. Yeah, you take them in chunks. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yes.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
That's we call that working in iterations, small working cycles we have. We take small bite of a piece of, a big complex project, so it's easy to handle. Yes, and we use iteration, and we work in iteration, work in sprints, right? And that's Scrum. You're now we're referring to Scrum actually. So and yes, it's extremely important. And also it's there's so much study into the behind this as well, working in sprints, working in small short cycles, especially if you're working on complex products, because it's so hard to predict, right? This is something you need to experiment, you need to get feedback, and you need to then again come back and incorporate, right? So it's experimental experiment, and it's also an empirical process that we believe in. So this is referring to Scrum, and yes, we do work in short cycles, and that is we call that sprints, and also we work in iterations. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, is it okay to take questions as you go on? You want to take questions as you go on?
Yes. I'm actually, I'm done. And
okay.
I
So
just wanted to
time.
share that.
Okay.
And so I'm open questions now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can you tell us the difference between Agile and Scrum? Yeah, could you share with us? Yes. What's because what's the difference? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is actually an activity we do during our training. So we have our trainees get together and explore this, right? So, but in short, Agile is not a framework, Scrum is. Scrum is a framework, right? Beautifully empty framework that, you use it, you utilize it, you place the flesh and bone in it as you need it, for your product. So that's the first and foremost, the primary difference is that Agile is the mindset, but Scrum is a framework, lightweight framework. Okay.
And okay, I know with Scrum, you have the time box in Scrum. Yeah. You have to time box yourself, and yes. Okay. But Agile, Agile has to do with also like doing something fast. Okay, it talks about collaboration, being agile, fast, and yes. Do you agree?
Yeah, well,
and talking about collaboration too.
Yes, collaboration, I agree.
Yeah.
Agile, the capital A, Agile. it's yes, doing something fast, but I would like to say that it's responding to needs, responding to change quickly, and to have a system implanted so that you can respond quickly and you can respond as you need as you go. So that system that enable you to do that could be called an agile system.
So questions? Does anybody have any questions or contributions? Questions? Sorry about that. How come everybody's so quiet?
Yeah. So and time box, actually, yes. In Scrum, everything is time box. So we start on time, we finish on time. And as you are a Scrum Master, yes, everything is
time box. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And okay, you teach Scrum too. So yeah.
Yes, I am a registered Scrum trainer. As the logo you see. So I am a registered Scrum trainer at Scrum. So I do teach Scrum courses. I teach Scrum Master and Product Owner courses.
Okay.
I would love to share my website and my my LinkedIn. Okay. And so those of you who would like to connect with me, and if you have any questions, please feel free. This is my LinkedIn, and this is our website. We have 2 in-person events coming up where I will be giving in-person workshop, one in New York City and one in Greece. That's this month. So end of this month, we have 2 big conferences, 3 days events, actually. So, and I do teach it online, and we do have members, Bunishika, that Miss Franca mentioned in the intro. It's also a professional network. Anyone can join. It's open to all. We have a lot of project managers, agile enthusiasts, practitioners, scrum masters, and academics, educators, researchers, as in our network. It's a global network, more than 50 countries. We have members, registered members, and so you feel free to join the network if you'd like. It's free, and yeah, so there's a lot of a very active network actually. We have a few active network that I'm fortunate enough to lead currently. Yes.
Wow, that's so nice. So any questions? I think somebody, it says, okay, Samuel has a question. He says, can you mix Kanban and Scrum to track activities?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you, Samuel. That question is, it's a lot of people do that and they call it Scrum bot. I don't have the expertise in that, but I believe you can. There is no contradiction. But it's an interesting concept, and you can do that. And yes, it's a great. We call it an artifact, right? And yeah, it's a great way of keeping track of your own tasks and statuses and share the with your team members. Yeah, I guess it can be. I see we have another question. You need agile principles and values to practice.
Okay.
Do they build on each other?
Yeah.
Good question. Very interesting question. So here's a little history that I want to share with you. Scrum actually a parent of Agile, right? Agile Manifesto, capital A, Agile was written in 2001, I believe. And before that, people were doing Scrum. Before that, what was referred to Agile was referred to Scrum. Scrum was known as Agile. So Scrum is a parent of Agile. And secondly, the inventor, the inventor of Scrum, Dr. Jeff Sutherland, he's the initial creator of Scrum, and he's the inventor of Scrum. He's been practicing it since the 80s. If you watch his video, he's on TED Talk, you'll come to know. But and he's also one of the authors of Agile. So I want to say that no, they do not contradict. They do not. They actually align, and they must align. And that's what I want to say. So that's a very good question. Thanks for the question.
Okay, Margaret. So has Anna answered your question? Yeah. Okay.
Questions.
All right. Yeah, she says yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Hannah. Yeah. Any more questions? Do we have any more questions? Or any contributions from any of the participants? Questions on Agile? Contributions? Yeah, I know you said Agile is a mindset. Yes, it's a mindset and it's a lifestyle. So we all need to be agile. Yes, we're all agile because it's a lifestyle. Yes. Wow, it's nice having you, Professor Hannah. Yeah, and we appreciate you. Yeah, and it would be nice to join the Agile group you mentioned. Yeah, to learn more. Okay, she sent her LinkedIn, her LinkedIn, the link for her LinkedIn and the website. So you could join, you could contact her on LinkedIn too. Okay, thank you very much, Anna. We
Thank you
appreciate
so much.
you. Thank you. It's been
Thanks
nice.
for having
I
me.
know yesterday you couldn't make it because of the time difference. We got the time mixed up, but I'm glad you came in today. Yeah, I know your schedule is very tight, but you made out time to be with us today. We appreciate you. Thank you very much, Hannah.
Thank you so much, Franca.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah,
It's been fun too.
nice meeting you. And I love your excitement, actually. I love your excitement. Yes, online. I think is infectious. Should I say it's infectious? Yes. Uh, nice meeting
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Yes. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you for
Okay.
your
Have.
great questions. Hope to meet you again. Hope to see you again
Yeah.
in future.
I'll,
Hopefully.
I'll sure be in touch with you.
All right.
Yes, I'll sure be in
Yes.
touch. All right. Thank you very much. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah. We have our next speaker. Yeah. On. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Deji. You're welcome.
Good.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Nice having you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome to this session. Yeah. Hello. Are we still? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, great. Okay, I'll share my screen to introduce our next speaker. It's right on time. Yes, like we mentioned, we just finished the Agile class and Agile and innovation, and we talked about Scrum. We talked about as a Scrum Master, we need to time box ourselves. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, I'll introduce Mr. Deji. I just call him Mr. Deji for short. Yes, but he's Mr. Deji Folari. He's a computer science graduate. He's a Microsoft evangelist on data science and cloud technology. He's a Microsoft certified trainer and a Microsoft valued professional with over 23 years training spreadsheet application for business reporting, trained over 20,000 participants around the globe. He's a Microsoft certified professional for Office, SQL Server, Power BI. He's a project manager, systems and business analyst. He's a data warehouse and business intelligent consultant. He's a dashboard reporting expert also. He'll be speaking on his data analytics for tech entrepreneurs and project managers. Please welcome with me, Mr. Deji. Mr. Deji, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you very much, Franca. Can you give me
I'll stop sharing. Yeah.
Permission to share my
screen? Yes. Okay, I'll stop sharing so you can share.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. So thank you once again for the opportunity given to come over to have this short presentation with all of us on this platform. Thank you, Sheska. Thank you, Franca. So today we have lots to discuss. Today we'll be looking at the topic data analytics for tech entrepreneur and project managers. Now, I will be speaking from a perspective as a data analyst. How can we push whatever we do forward and add value to what we do. And before I move on to my discussion today, I quickly want to introduce all of us on this call to a platform by Microsoft as a Power Platform. A Power Platform is a low-code platform that spans Microsoft 365, Azure, Dynamics 365, and standalone application. So we have about 5 different applications here. One of them is Power BI for business analytics, and that's where I'm going to spend most of my time today. The other part, we are to build application you can use to collect information. Number 3, there's another part of the Power Platform that is Power Auto that focus majorly on process automation. The fourth part of this platform is a Power Virtual Agent. This is the intelligent virtual agent that you can plug to your site, to your social media pages, that can help interact with your customer and drive them closer to closing the deal or closing the deal up for you. And finally, the one that we just introduced lately, that is Power Pages that can help you build a corporate website. Now, back to the area I will be speaking on, that is the business intelligence or data analysis. Let's see the importance of business intelligence to whatsoever do. As an entrepreneur, project manager, I have 6 different points on my screen. These are points around the benefits of business intelligence. Number 1, it gives you fast answer to business query. Any question that might want to ask you, you get prompt and fast answer to them. Number 2, it enables real-time analysis with quick navigation. You can quickly analyze immediately and tell the business, tell the users, tell your audience, tell your customer what is happening to them and how they are impacting business. You can quickly get to see all these things immediately. It helps you identify cross-selling and upselling opportunity as business owner, as entrepreneur. You're trying to see where are the opportunities in this industry for me. This is a tool that can quickly help you identify opportunities around you. It also helps to reduce the risk of bottlenecks. Any form of challenges that you likely want to have, this can help reduce that risk of bottleneck. It helps you know business much better, improve the decision-making ability. Now, as a project manager, how does data impact on what we do? As a project manager, you really need data to manage and to drive home your points. For example, you want to learn from experience, expert judgment, what has happened in time past. I can collect the data from our previous project and analyze what happened on our previous projects so that we can learn and perform much better in the forthcoming projects. It can help us in decision making. It can help around descriptive analytics. It can also help us in around diagnostic analytics to see why we had challenges in our previous projects so that we don't make mistake in this new project we embark on. It can also do things around predictive analytics, predicting the future for us and make us do much better and tell us where and how to move. Now, these are all possible things data analysis can do for us as project managers. Now, as business owners or project managers, let me quickly give us 7 steps organizations should follow to analyze your data. What are the things you must do as the owner of a business or a project manager? Number 1, you have to define the goal. What are we trying to arrive at? What are we trying to do? What are we trying to pull out? What are our goals? What are our objectives? Let me use data to pull out those facts database. Number 2, integrate tools for data analysis. Now, at this point, all the tools you need to get your data analysis up and running. For example, coming up with application to help you capture data, coming up with some data already have that is on the particular solution, maybe Microsoft Project 365, anywhere you might want to have any of your tools, bring them up and start to put them together. The next thing is start to put them together in a place for use. After your data extraction, you need to clean those data so that they can be useful. They can really meet the needs for your defined goals. And after that, the 5th point is to start analyzing that data so that you can get insight from it. Once you are done with your data analysis, then you can draw conclusion from there, and then you can visualize that data. If you can follow all these steps as business owner, as project manager, then you can always do much better than what you've been doing in time past. So I will not want to bore you with all the theories around this. I've prepared a sample data that we are going to use to run through a life scenario. And please, if you have any question, feel free to drop your question on chat. And I strongly believe Franca can always call my attention to any question I will have in the chat. So I will go back to my Power BI, but I'll be using a tool for data analysis today, and that tool is Microsoft Power BI. So as Microsoft evangelist, permit me to use this tool. But there are a lot of tools out there that you can use for data analysis. Most of us, we are used to Microsoft Excel. That's a nice tool can use for data analysis. Some people, they are using tools like Tableau and so on. So it depends on the tool you really have at the moment. But the major point is you have a goal and you need to use it to address and answer this. So let's go back to the case study today. The next 30 minutes, I'll be running us through this case study. This is a project the organization embarked on some years back. And they have been able to put up, I can get a feedback from somewhere.
Sorry, Jayola, please, could you mute yourself if you're not speaking?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now, so this is a project that been concluded in time past. And the project management team, they are being called upon to come and work on that same project and enhance it. Make sure it meets all the business goals. Now, it's a software product. They've worked on it, they've delivered it, it's already running for some years. But at those points, they need to get a feedback. And this is the feedback they've collected from the audience. And there is need for the project manager or the owner of the business to quickly analyze this data so that they can take wise and good business decisions. If you are not a good data analyst, you will collect the data, but it could never make any business value to you. Now, I need us to pay attention as I run through this process of adding value to our work as entrepreneur or project manager. Okay, look at the questionnaire and look at what was collected. We have several columns here. The first column here is talking about the customer ID. Every customer was given this form to fill, and this have their ID presented here. Two, we want to know this customer, what device are you using to connect, to interact with our software, our web application? Some of them, they are using browser, that is their laptop. Some are using mobile devices. Some are using tablets to connect to the solution deployed. The next column is telling us how many months have these customers stayed with us. Some 0, they don't spend even up to a month. If I scroll down, I will see the highest. Some have even gone to spend as much as 60 months. 60 months, that is about 5 years with us, which is good. The next column here is how many of these customers completed the tutorial that we package with the solution. Some of them said no, they've not completed the tutorial. Some said yes, they have completed the tutorial. The next column here is now asking a question. Please, which parts of this solution can we use? Do you want to rate? Some of them said they want to rate the design of our products. Some said they want to rate the features. Some said they want to rate the governance. They want to rate the navigation. Others, they want to rate the price. They want to raise the reliability. They want to rate the security, and many more features that they feel like rating. Now, like this first guy, he said he wants to rate the features. Now, right in front of the feature, it rates us 10. So the rating is from 1 to 10. 1 means low performance, while 10 means high performance. We want to know the continent they are connecting from. Virtually all our customers, they are from Europe, which is good. And also we want to know the region in Europe. Some are from France, some are from Germany, some are from Spain, some are from UK. We have different regions they all connect from. Now, the next one is, what is a company size? What is the size of the company? This is telling me that our company has a client base of less than 5,000. This is above 50,000. This between 5,000 to 50,000. If you look at my list, we can see them selected. And as a customer, what's your role in the organization? Some said their role in the organization, they are consumers. Some said they are administrator. Some are publishers. And what type of subscription did you go for? Is it a basic subscription or premium subscription? And finally, I computed this last column called rates. I said, look, if the rating is from 6 to 10, if they score me between 6 to 10 or 5 to 10, please tell me it's high rating, that is good. But in case they did not give me good rating, let me see one of the low rating. Like this, these guys gave me a rating of 2. So 2 means low rating. Now I've categorized this, and the number of feedback we got is well over 45,200 feedbacks. I need to take decision. I need to analyze. I need to work with this so that as a project manager, the new product we are going for, we can come out with something that will be well accepted by the public, or the improvement we are trying to do on this. Or as an entrepreneur, I want to learn from this solution so I can come up with a much better solution. So the question is, are we ready to drive this to concluding end? That is the question. Let me go back and be sure we are still with me on the call. So please confirm, are we following? Are we ready? Just drop a message on the chat so that we can quickly get into the practical section. So are we ready to drive this on to the next phase? Is it clear? Any question at the moment? I'm waiting for feedback. I'm not getting any feedback. Oh, I can get one. Thank you very much, Jai. Said we are ready. So that is good. Let's go into business. Now, back to my Excel. All I need to do is to save this Excel location I can easily pick data from. This is the feedback in a folder called Sheska. So let me close the Excel. I don't even need the Excel again. All I need to do is to launch the tool for my data analysis, and that is Power BI. That is the best analytical tool at the moment. It can help you add value to your work and much more insights, a better understanding of the business. And this strictly add much value to our work. So I'm launching my Power BI now. Good. Now at this point, what will I do? All I need to do at this point is to say, for this particular interface, I don't need you. This is my Power BI screen. So all I need to do on my Power BI screen now is to grab my data. To get my data, I remember what we said when I was doing my presentation. We've defined the goal. The goal is we have some ratings. I want to know why people are giving us low rating. So I can know why they are giving us low rating. I can improve on the existing product, do better in our new product, because we already have a feedback from the previous product. Not just collecting feedback, but using it to our advantage. That is one of the benefits. These two will tell us what I want to do. Again, we want to collect the data. To collect the data, to grab in the data, I will come to get data. From where? That data I just should Excel. From Excel, where to Sheska folder and click on feedback data. Let me click on open. This will connect to that Microsoft Excel workbook and up the data for us to use. I'm waiting. Great. I have the data up there. Now the question now is this: what exactly did I want to do with this data? I want to work on sheet 1. That is a worksheet on that feedback data. And with what I have here, I can decide to go up to transform, to clean it up, because it's one of the steps I mentioned, clean up that data. But I want us to assume that the data is clean and ready for use. Permit me to just load it at the moment so that I can cut my time. This is 20 minutes past out of my 1 hour. So I'm pulling in the data now into this is a powerful tool called Power BI. Good. So it has loaded 5,000 transactions. Now, those 45,000 transactions, what exactly do I want to do with them? So number one, I can decide to check out those transactions that was loaded. Now, how will I check transaction that was loaded? I will see the same transaction we saw earlier. So that is now within our data analytical tools. Go ahead and do modeling. I'm not doing data modeling because of time. And also, I can start building my reports, and that is where I want to stay. Let us build our reports now. The first report I'll be interested in. At a glance, can I see at the top of mind how many people fill the feedback form? So, give me a card. On my card, can you count for me all the customer ID? Can you count for me all the customer ID? At a glance, it's already telling me that 45,000 people filled my form. This is mine. Out of these 45,000 people, I want to know what devices are they using, or on the average, what is my rating like? Can you give me another card? Or can you give me a gauge? On this gauge, let me have my rating. Let me have my original score. Original score, give it to me on the average. On the average, what are they telling me? On the average, they gave me a rating of 7.42. That's a nice one. That is not bad. So, but I can work on the minimum and maximum. That the maximum I can get is 10. So I can work on my maximum value and fix my maximum value as 10. So let me quickly add a measure and say, please, my maximum value equals 10. My max value equals 10. That's my maximum value. So let me bring the maximum value and put it here. So between 0 and 10, I'm doing 7.42. Now the management is trying to target 9.8 in this enhancement we want to do. So how will I be able to manage the scenario and drive our team to work on this product and make sure it can give a value of 9.2 from 7.4? We are working towards a goal. Now, can we give me a key influencer? This is a powerful tool. Key influencer, please come up. On my key influencer, can you show me what influences low rating? This is good. What influences low rating? Let me come to rating. I want to bring rating. I want to analyze the rating. Immediately I select rating, it's telling me what influences rating to be high. The management wants to know what makes their rating to be low. I'm changing this to low. That is. Now, whenever you are trying to help me, explain why my rating is low by the following. Explain by 1, completed tutorial. Does it have any impact on the rating? Number 2, the country they came from. Does it have any impact on the rating? That's number 2. Number 3, the device they are using, does it have any impact on the rating? Number 4, their role in the organization, the team. What team are they really talking about? How does it affect my rating? Let me stop here. Now, immediately I bring in these 1, 2, 3, 4 items here to use to explain my rating. It came up with this visual. This is a powerful visual. Let's see the visual one after the other. It's telling me that, look, device is mobile. For those that are using the mobile phone to connect to our application, to work on our web application, it's already telling me that when device is mobile, rating is 4.3 times more likely to be low. Imagine, about 4.3, about 400% more likely to be low. That is too much. So that means people that are using mobile phone, they are not enjoying our platform. Let me select it. Can you see that are browser and tablets? I don't have problem. But the problem is with these people that are using what? Mobile phone. And these people, their rating is low at a degree of 47%. This is massive. And these people, there are about 1,000 of them on our population. 1,500 is not a small population. I can call up my team. This is a big insight. Team, what can we do? We don't want to lose this pool of people. These people that are running to this volume, how can we help them? How can we add value to them? About 1,500 of them, they are complaining that value is not being added. What can we do? So they are saying that they are not enjoying on their mobile phone. And about half of them that are on mobile phone are the ones complaining. But the people on tablets, there are few, just about 1,000 of them, but 25% of them are the ones complaining. Let's look at the last category. These are the most people in my population, 42,000, but just 10% of them are complaining. So I don't have issue. Let us see. Which thing are they complaining about? They are all complaining about usability. Most of them say usability is not good, followed by security. I can assemble my developers and talk to them again. Please, how can we improve on usability? How can we improve on security? And so on and so forth. Because this is about 250%, 2.5 times more likely to be low for those in the usability category. And this is massive. How many of them? About 1,000 of them complaining. Now, the next one that is significant here is completed tutorial. How many of my people completed tutorial? It's telling me that 20,000 of them said no, they have not completed tutorial. And out of these 20,000, about 15% of them have not done anything. Imagine about 50, let's say about 20%. Divide 20,000 into 5. Those are people rating us low. No wonder we are having low rating. How can we force our customer to complete our tutorial? That is strategy. That is value. So at this point, this is what we talk about. As a project manager, we have seen that we have a tutorial in our work. But for those that said yes, they've completed tutorial, just less than 8%, 7% of them are the people complaining. So how can I drive all these people to complete their tutorial so that we have about 5 of them, 5% complaining? It won't be a problem to me. I would have moved our performance from 7.4 to our desired performance 8.9. These are the insights that can help the or help us improve the existing. This is where data can help as a project program manager. This is where data can help you as a business owner. We don't just go into business, we don't just do things by trial and by assumption. strategically take decision, and the decision must be backed with facts and figures so that your figure will not be biased. So these are ways you can actually add value to what we do. So people complain about security and so on. So this is another way. I love those reports. Let me just go back to my reports. I have built how many reports at the moment? I have built 1, 2, 3 reports. Let me build one more. I have less than 25 minutes. That's a good time. I don't want to spend all my time. So let's see what we can do. Let me add another interesting visual. I've talked about the key influencer. Let me walk around decomposition tree. This is another powerful visual. Let me make this guy very big. Now, on this decomposition tree, let's see, can you also analyze for me my what's it called? The same rating. Analyze the same rating. It's telling that he has counted the rating. 45,000 people gave me rating. Among these 45,000 people, please, how many of them gave me low and high rating? How many of them, based on the devices they are connecting with, how many of them have completed my tutorial? Where is the tutorial? How many of them have completed my tutorial? How many of them, let me just pick one more thing. What devices? Look, I've selected this. I think, let me just stop. What is their role? Or how many months have they spent in their organization, I mean, with us? Now, look at this nice one. Let's see how this can add value to our project manager or business owner. He's telling me you collected 45,000 survey. Let me click on this cross. Can you give it to me by rating? And the rating is telling me good number of them gave me a high rating, but very few of them, 5,000 of them gave me rating. I'm not concerned about this high rating because we are doing 75%. I want to do, if possible, 100%. Let me go into the low rating. The low rating, let me open it up. What devices are they using? Those that are giving me low rating. Most of them, they are browser, they are followed by mobile phone, followed by tablet, based on the count. But those that are on what? On the browser, what exactly are they doing? I can come in here and say, look, please, those that are on the browser or the rating I have here, can you change it for me? I don't want to work with the rating. I would rather prefer to work with original score. The original score, give it to me as average. Good. Now, those that are scoring, giving me high score, they are on the average, they gave me 8. Those that are giving me low score, average, they give me 3. 3 is just too. Now, where are they coming from? Most of them, they are from mobile, followed by browser, followed by tablets. Now, let me see. So the mobile, where are they represented? Can you break it down by the tenure? How long have they spent with us? So some of them have spent 36 months, but they are giving me good mark, 5. 5 is good. But let me see those that are giving me 4 mark. They spend about 26 months with us, but they are the one giving me low rating. I need to work on those ones. So what exactly are we getting from there? Again, those that are giving me this 3.5, let me open it up. Tell me, have they all completed their tutorial? Let's see. Most of them said no, not completed their tutorial. While some of them said yes, they completed their tutorial. And those that said no, to what degree? Now, all these things can give me value to my computation. So I love what is right here on the screen, the breakdown, the understanding. So with the help of my decomposition tree, I can tell a nice story. So at those points, I have been able to tell lots and lots of story based on that questionnaire that the company have gathered to help improve the performance of our business. So at this point, if there is any question, let's see, let the question roll in. So if there is any question, let's have our questions go in. Okay, so I think at this point, there is no question. So if there is no question, let's move deeper and do some much deeper analysis. Please, if you feel like asking question, can we do this type of analysis on this data set? Feel drop it. I want to prove to you that as a project manager, there is no end to what you can do with data to enhance your performance. And as a business owner, there is no end to what you can do to enhance your performance. So I've done quite a lot of comments, but let's see other things that can be added to my reports. So back here, so I want to see, I've talked about devices that we have. I've talked about the tenor. So let me come up with some other reports. Let me see the language, the impact of language on my analysis. So I want to have something like a column, a bar chart. On my bar chart, let me have the country. From different country, can you give me their rating, original rating? The original rating, please do it on the average. On the average, what are they rating me from each country? From each country? Germany is giving me good rating, 7. UK 7.4. For people from country like France, the rating they are giving me is lowest. I might be asking myself, is it because of language barrier? What language do we use on the solution? We use English. Can't we also allow the solution to have a multi-language so that people that are scoring us low, like people from France, they can score us high value? Introduce multi-language. That is another type of insight that can come from there. So at that point, the major thing here is how can we add value? How can we do all these data insight and analysis, and take decision making? So let me go to a new page. On my new page, let's come up with more insight around. I want to use a donut chart this time. This time, tell me what each device is, what is doing about my rating. And please, for my rating, I want you to do something. Help me count how many of them are using those devices. Most of them are using browser. This is interesting. Most of them are using browser. Some of them are using mobile. Why? Very few of them are using tablets. On the average, what are they giving to me? Let me bring to my tooltip. For my tooltip, let me bring the original score to my tooltip and say, please report this score as average. Let's see the story now. It's telling me for those using browser, the average, they are giving me 7.5. Let's see. For those using mobile phone, on the average, they are giving me 5. I can look for a way of discouraging mobile phone or go and get a solution that will 100% fit for this category of people. They are about 1,500 and solve their problem once and for all. If 1,500 can join the people that are smiling, the 42,000, they then we may create a complete solution that can give us a value of 100%, 10/10, instead of 7.4 all over 10. So that is that. So let me see other things that can be done. So if you are the type and you are like, I don't want to do these things and my data is already here, is there a better way? Yes, there is Q&A. I can go to Q&A. Q&A simply is question answer. Just drop your question here and instantly it's going to give you answer to your question. For example, count. What am I counting? Count for me the customer. Customer. Count for me customer ID. How many customers to me as 45,000. Now the customer by what? By their country. They are all from each country, by their country region. So customer by country region. I thought I typed region R. Good. Give it to me that these are the customer country region. This looks interesting for me. Can you give it to me as a map? Let it come as a map. Let me see how it will look like on the map of this is cool. So it's telling me that we have more customer from United Kingdom, followed by France, followed by what? Germany, and very few customers are from Spain. Now I've not written anything. I'm just typing normal natural, normal English language, using English language to interact with my data with the help of a powerful tool, AI, that is inside Power BI, to help me take decisions. So I might ask myself, we can drive up to 25,000 customers in UK. Why can't we drive that same number of customers in France? That's a good insight. How can't we drive the same volume of customers from here and from Spain? What is limiting customer goods in those areas? So that is that. So let me see. I hope there is no question from me about that. Okay. Please, if you have any question, feel free to drop a question. We are talking about data analysis as a powerful tool for business owners and for project managers. So at this point, I have been able to complete my videos. I've been able to complete my videos and I've been able to tell nice and wonderful stories. So let's make it more interactive. So instead of going on and on, let me allow us to mute and interact. How can this add value to what you do? A single word, a phrase, a sentence, drop charts. What I have done so far, how can this add value to your business? Or as a project manager, how can this help? Please feel free, drop chat, or you can raise your hand so that you can be permitted to unmute and speak. I need feedback at the moment. How can this help us? So anybody that wants to contribute, I will appreciate that. So drop a message on the chat or raise your hand. Let's get your feedback. So we have people on the call, Manuel, Samuel, Victoria. So Franca and Prince. So please, if you have question, or you want to answer this question. How can this affect, impact on your work? Questions, please. Or feedback. I need feedback. I need to be sure this is not just going. Any question, any feedback? Okay. So I think at this point, I would like to conclude my session. So in conclusion, as a business owner, what exactly can we pull out from value data analytics for you as a project manager? Project manager control 3 major things. Number 1, timeline. Number 2, scope of the work. Number 3, quality of the work, the costs. What is the timeline? This thing must be delivered on so dates. What is the cost? The budget for this project is this. And what is the scope? Now, to answer all this as a project manager, so I will not have a project script or things around a failed project. We need to track every activity, document it, analyze it, and measure our every day, every milestone. That are we still on our baseline, or we've deviated? If we've deviated from the baseline, to what degree? Can I still control it so that it will not impact on the job, it will not impact on the costs, and it will not impact on the budget? Now, that is one way we can use all these tools. Another way we can use all these tools is, oh, I can see a comment there. As a project manager, how can Power BI or any other Power Platform give continuous real-time insights, knowing the endless nature of it? Thank you very much. Now, continuous improvement, continuous insight. Now look, after pulling up all these insights, I want to be sure that it will keep telling me what I need to hear. Don't worry. As long as your data is being updated, if I should update my data now, you'll be amazed at the results that we show here. Let me quickly try to update the data. Let's go back. So as long, this is the way Power BI, it does not need to go and another tomorrow. Build the report once and let them keep updating the data. Maybe Microsoft Project is the data set you are using. Let them keep updating it. So what I'm going to do, randomly, I'm going to delete some transactions from here. Randomly, I will delete some transactions. Down. Let me just highlight about 40,000. Let me highlight about 5,000 transactions and delete them from. Okay, right click. Say, look, I don't need those transactions. Delete. So because I've deleted these transactions, I don't need to stress myself. All I need to do, back to my reports. Where's my reports? Back to my reports. Take a critical look at what I have on the screen. All I need to do is just say, please refresh yourself. Click on refresh anytime to get an update, continuous updates. Quickly, it's going to answer me. It's telling me, young man, you have a total of what? 39,000 feedback, out of which they gave me average of 7.4 as my words, as my performance. And most of those people, he has done everything here has been recalculated. It is automatic. I don't need to wait to get those information, to get those insights from my data sets. So this is how powerful this data set can be. That is one. And number two, let's do something interesting. I need a narration so that I'll be able to speak, talk to my stakeholders. What should I tell them? As a project manager, you might not need to stress yourself about thinking of what you want to tell them. Just add to your work. Add to your work under insert. Add to your work smart narrative. Smartly help me narrate the story behind my data set. So let me see. My battery is running down, but let's see what it will tell me. This came up with a test. I did not type this test. I did not type the test, but it came up with a nice test. Let me increase the size so that maybe we can take play. Let me make it bold. It came up with a nice test. Now, let's see what we have on this test. It said at 7.54, Germany had the highest average of what? Original score, and was 4% higher than France. Imagine, I'm just reading this to my stakeholder. And you say, well, that is why. I can go ahead to ask the question, why we have all this? So I can right click on Yuki and say, please, can you analyze? Can you find where the distribution is different? Why is UK not performing like Germany? Or why is UK performing better than Spain? Once you click on this, just sit back and allow Power BI do the rest for you. So these are ways you can help continuous improvement all the time. I hope I'll be able to answer that. So it's telling me, no, with 11.8% of record, and I with 88%, and this affected my distribution, and so on and so forth. So let me allow some other questions and confirm if my question has been answered. So please confirm that, confirm that I've answered the question. And please, if you have any question, please. Okay, nice. Thank you very much. So any other question at the moment? Oh, my battery is telling me very. Please, do you have any question? Let's quickly confirm. If there is no question, my final word, I will encourage you to get Manager Business Owner. Power BI Desktop is a free tool. Just go online and download it. Learn how to use it. If you don't have a place to learn or you don't mind joining a class, Sheska organized training. The use of practical. I will recommend connect with our Franca and get registered for the next full training on this tool and how this can help your business. And if you have any other questions, you can always check me out on LinkedIn. So just type the Fulani anywhere browser, my name will be out there. So connect and let's keep talking, let's keep helping each other. So at this point, thank you very much. Franca, if you're on the call, over to you.
Wow, thank you very much, Mr. Deji Folarin. Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have questions for him. Hello, can you all hear me? Mr. Deji, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming to share your knowledge with us here. We appreciate you. He's the Baba Power BI, that's what I call him too. Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. You can see that he's on transit and he was able to take this and transit. Yes, we can see you on the road. Yes, that's why your battery is running down. We appreciate you. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for coming to join us here and to share your knowledge. Okay. All right. So do we have any questions? Please, I'd like you to put on the chat, just type on the chat your profession. Let's know what you do and what you like to, yeah. Yesterday, we went through cloud computing, Azure, all that. Let's start here. Who was in the class yesterday? Today we have a small class. Yesterday we was a larger class. Margaret, you were here yesterday. Were you? Can you unmute and let's talk. Margaret, you were in class yesterday. You were in class yesterday. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and you mentioned that you're interested in data analysis, yeah?
Yes, and project management.
Very good, very good. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we've connected on LinkedIn. I noticed I accepted you on LinkedIn. We've connected on LinkedIn, so we'll be in touch. Yeah. Okay. Samuel, were you in class yesterday? Is Samuel here?
Hi. I couldn't manage to join. I wasn't given access. I really struggled. I tried several times. I didn't manage.
Oh, okay. Where are you based? Where are you based? In Kenya?
Zambia.
Oh, Zambia.
No, in Zambia.
Zambia.
Zambia, Lusaka, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yesterday, was it your network? You couldn't join yesterday? Yeah?
It wasn't my network. I think it was the registration. Then notification came through today.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you didn't get the link yesterday.
I didn't get the link, yes.
Oh, okay. So what's your profession and what's your interest so that we know?
Okay, so my profession, I'm a project manager.
Okay.
And a business analyst. So I do manage projects.
Okay.
And I do business analysis that also includes business process re-engineering. So I do end-to-end business process re-engineering and project management.
Okay. Please, if you're not speaking, could you, okay, is it you that you have a noisy background, Samuel? Is that you? You have a noisy background? Okay. Victoria, were you in class yesterday? All right, that's good, Samuel. Yeah, Victoria, are you here? Hello. Victoria, are you here? Are you in class? Okay. All right. Samuel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Are you interested in data analysis?
Yes, I am. I am interested in data analysis.
Okay. Okay. All right. Tomorrow would have, okay, I'll connect with you. I hope you also have my link so that we connect and we'll take it from there. Okay, tomorrow would have, okay, actually we're supposed to have another speaker, but she's not able to join us today. She might come in tomorrow if we can create time for her, because tomorrow we'll have two speakers speaking on project management. So we'll see if she can come in tomorrow. Her topic is really platform, Power Apps. Power Apps. So what we'll do is, so do you have any questions with what we've done so far? Any
no questions from me.
Okay, or any contributions? Victoria, can we hear you? Okay, Samuel, you're from Lusaka, yeah? Lusaka,
Yes,
Zambia.
yes, Lusaka.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, and Margaret, you're from where? Hello, Margaret. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, yes.
You're
I'm from Kenya.
Okay, you're
Kenya.
from Kenya. Yeah, Nairobi, Kenya. I remember now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So tomorrow we'll be having the two speakers. Will be speaking on project management, like I mentioned, and we have Charity. Charity actually is from Zambia, and we have Mahesh from India. They'll be the two speakers tomorrow. Yeah. Victoria, are you still there? Okay. Please mention us to your friends. Let's have a larger class, a large class tomorrow. Yesterday we had a larger class, surprise.
I am.
Okay, Victoria, you're there. Victoria, what's your surname?
Yes, please. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm actually on transit and I don't want the bad guys to take my phone.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Where are you joining from?
Nigeria.
Okay, Nigeria. Okay. So what's your interest? What are you interested in, the data analysis or the cloud computing? What's your background? Start with.
Data analysis.
You're interested in
I'm
data
interested in data analysis.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, but okay, I didn't get your surname, but later we can connect. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay. At this point, if we don't have any questions, we'll call it a day. And please mention us to your friends. So we'll have a larger class tomorrow. We'll send them
Sure, no problem. We'll share.
Yeah, yes, please share. Yes, please share the link so that we'll have a fuller class. Yeah, you listen to Professor Hannah. She spoke on Agile and innovation. And you just finished listening to Mr. Ayodeji Folari. He spoke on data analysis, Power BI. Okay, thank you very much. It's been nice having you all, and hope to see you all tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye. Bye. See you all tomorrow. Don't forget to share the links, please. Bye.